Hi, I'm Jenny with The Forest Daisy. I create crafts and home decor, and in this video I have some Christmas-themed thrift flips to share with you. If you also enjoy thrifting, crafting, and DIY projects, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I found this frame at Goodwill. It has chicken wire attached to it. I'm assuming it's so you could clip or hang things on it. I wiped down the frame to remove any dust and dirt, and then I removed the bow hanger that was on there. I got this red berry wreath at an estate sale over the summer, and the day I was there, everything was half off, so it was only a couple of dollars. And the original price said that it was worth $18, so that's why I like thrifting for craft supplies, because it's oftentimes a better deal. I attached the wreath to the chicken wire with some zip ties, and I cut off those long pieces, and then I covered the zip ties with the berries as best as I could, and I replaced the hanger with some plaid ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section, and I glued that to the back of the frame. This one was really easy. I just removed the sticker from the thrifted candle holder and I cleaned it off and then added some batteries to this candle and placed it on top. I happened to get that candle at a garage sale and I liked that it already had that ring of greenery and pine cones on it, so I didn't have to do anything extra. This sign is another Goodwill find. I like to use a heat gun when I'm having trouble removing the price stickers. I got this boxwood wreath from Hobby Lobby, and then I brushed white chalk paint over the greenery so that it looked snowy and matched the holiday and winter vibes. I cut a strip of red velvet ribbon and placed that through the wreath. Then I lined it up in the center and used my staple gun to attach the ends of the ribbon to the back of the sign to make a hanger for the wreath. I used that same velvet ribbon and made a bow, which I hot glued at the top of the sign, and then the sign can hang up or be displayed on a shelf. I tried to figure out if I should remove the back of this circle-shaped frame, but I didn't want to pull out all of the staples from the back. I traced out a circle on a piece of patterned paper and cut that out, and I put down a layer of Mod Podge and pressed the paper inside of the frame. I used some red and white, like baking twine string to make a border around the frame, which I just put down hot glue and then pressed that along the edges. And then I put some E6000 and hot glue on a Dollar Tree Jenga block, and I put that in the middle of the sign. And then I glued this metal ornament I got at Walmart a year or two ago on top of the block. And I ended up siding a couple more Jenga blocks underneath so that it would have extra support. I always like finding vintage lanterns, and I thought this one looked cool. After I removed the tape, I pulled out the glass and I cleaned the outside and inside with a paper towel and some glass cleaner. I also cleaned up the other pieces of the lantern, and then this bottle brush tree I got at Walmart, but Dollar Tree has some as well if you're ever looking for some. I applied super glue and hot glue on the bottom of the tree base and put that into the lantern. These fairy lights are from Amazon, which I pulled up through one of the holes in the base of the lantern, and I wrapped them around the tree, and I might have been able to do it an easier way because it got tangled, but I wanted the battery pack to be hidden underneath the lantern. Once the lights were on the tree, I added the glass back in and put the lid on top. I saw some Christmas crafts on Pinterest that used old box graters, so when I found one at the thrift store, I wanted to do my own. I took a couple pieces of fake greenery, placed them at an angle, and then zip tied them onto the grater. I already had this wood gingerbread person that came off of a garland. I ended up hot gluing some craft wire on the back of the gingerbread. I put the wire through the holes on the grater and twisted the wire together to secure it. And I made a bow with ribbon that I think came from Dollar Tree, and I used jute string to secure that. And I did end up moving the gingerbread so it was more centered with the ribbon. For this last craft, I took a grapevine ball and made a hanger with some of that red velvet ribbon that I used earlier, and I attached greenery stems with zip ties on both sides of the hanger, and I had a pack of pre-made bows that I got from Joann's after last Christmas, which I just tied onto the vine ball, and it sort of reminds me of Minnie Mouse in a way, and I might end up fixing the greenery on this, but thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.